Devine, and welcome to this reading today. We are going to be looking at the Nostradamus cards and seeing what comes up for us. And I just want you to know that there's 25% off at the Rock and Gem store. You don't have to do anything. It'll take 25% off at checkout. So here's the link. Okay, 25% off. Come on, guys. We need your help. Seriously. Really do. So if you would like to get something and you've been wanting to get something, now's the time. There'll also be a link coming up soon for 25% off at my store as well, BDevine online, right? The first thing that I want to do is talk to you about the energy right now, because I know after speaking with quite a few people that people's energy is off. There's a flatness. There is a connection with things. It's like, okay, so we're getting to this point where we're exhausted. Okay, we're getting to this point where we are of things being the way that it is, and it's causing people to be, let's just put it bluntly, pissed off. Okay, and I've been through it myself. I've had a really bad day this week, and I had a really bad nightmare the day before, so that was probably part of it. And that was teaching me something in both cases teaching me something. So what I've been doing is I decided to start to write down things and do some channeled messages with the angels, etc. every day, whereas I was kind of forgetting to do that before. And it's really opened my eyes. For one, there's a lot of energy on the planet of change, like absolute change. Like we are coming to the end throes, you know, like it's like when I know this sounds horrible, but when, you know, you're squishing you squished a cockroach or something like that, and you know its little legs are still going and it's still kicking and it's in its final throes of defeat. Okay, it's like, it's hard to watch, it's hard to look at. I guess this is the way that I can explain it. And you know, we're just wanting it to hurry up and finish now. We feel terrible. We've squashed this thing, and you know, it can live through a nuclear bomb, but here we are, we've squashed it. So we're at this end of all of this bullshit, and we've been dealing with it over and over and over again. And for me personally, I go through these things where I'm sure people think that I have 1,000 people a week that are just buying readings and stuff. Oh, Becky doesn't need us because, you know, she's doing great. No. I have 1 or 2 people that buy something maybe every week. Didn't know that one, did you? And I'm not trying to put that out there in lack or anything like that. It's just the way that this world has been, where people will spend their money on stupid stuff and just think, oh, well, Becky will always be there, so I'll just go and do all this and this and this. I don't know. I don't know what happens or what people think. But, you know, I've really been questioning that lately. And I've stopped going to this feeling inside of myself that I have to do so much more because nobody cares or nobody's noticing or nobody seems to watch my videos or what. Now, I know there are a lot of people that are now finally seeing me. So doing the videos every day has been great for that. So instead of doing things more and more in a panic, I'm just going to tell you straight out. And this is what I'm going to say to you. This is where it's at. Your spiritual journey, your learning, your healing, your growth, your ability to start your own business, improve your skills, and do the work. This is where you learn to do it. This is where you're supported as you do it. And this is where you will also get promoted once you've done it. And I can't say it any other way other than don't waste your time anywhere else. This is something I've never said to anyone. I've trying to be egoic. I'm just trying to be honest that if you really want to learn, and I'm not talking about the people that are already doing the work, you guys are doing awesome. People who are already putting this work in. But if you want to have a life that you're in, that is going to be happy for you because you're doing what you love to do, and you just need some guidance in how to do that, and you just need some upgrades or attunements, or you really need to heal yourself, okay? This is where it's at, all right? And you can waste time on frivolous courses and things like that and really waste your money, okay? And it'll be like you wish you had just listened, okay? The other side to that is, the reason I'm saying this is where it's at is because I never say that, for one, and I have to follow what I'm being told, and where I'm feeling I'm being blocked is that you all know that I'm capable, but I always have this energy that I'm still going to be just someone that is an afterthought, because that's the way that it's always been for me, right? So I'm not going to carry that energy on anymore, even in jest, even joking. And I'm going to offer you the best help in the world. I'm going to offer you the way forward in so many different ways you didn't even know you needed healing in it, okay? I offer you a way to pay for that, a way to pay that off, because I need you and thousands of other people to wake up to the fact that when this world crumbles, as it is, and as we sift through and start to rebuild, you need to know what you're doing, because your job, so to speak, your 9 to 5 may not exist. The things that you've been doing may not be there in the future. Why is that? Because anything that's corrupt in any way, shape or form is going to be torn down and pulled up by the roots. And if you knew what I knew about the underworld, etc., and the things where people talk about and human it's more than that, okay? And I'm going to be training people on those specific things, because when these people come forward, already we've got millions of immigrants that need help, right? But when everything collapses and everything changes hands, which it's going to, and things start to expose itself in a much deeper way, everyone is going to need help. And what are you going to be doing? Okay? It's so important. And if you don't want to do it, please help by sharing with people that will. Share as much as you can. I will thank you till the cows come home. And this is not about me standing on the pedestal somewhere. This is about me helping you all to be at the top of your game in every single way. You know, I've been trying to do it for years in a nice way. Been offering things. I give things for free all the time. But I am telling you, don't wait too long. Don't wait too long to get this knowledge underneath you, you know. And I will help you everywhere I can. My husband's going to be doing a live show with me soon. We are going to be doing, on the 30th of October, we are going to be doing our live Halloween and have fun and do the pendulum, and you can ask questions and all kinds of fun, right? And you will be able to get special deals. I'm just trying to help you all as much as I can. And wasting time on, I don't know, just things that don't matter right now. I don't want any of you to be left behind as everything turns over and exposes to us all what's really been happening. And then those people going through needing healing, and there's hardly anyone that can do it properly. My light leaders will be in the comments, I'm sure, and will tell you. You know, a couple of doctors have actually to say, we know what is needed. and they're going to be joining or coming on board in one way or another. There's just so much to teach you all, okay? And we have to get it right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start off with a message from the Mandala Oracle for all of us to get started, because I know that people are struggling, okay, obviously, and it's not just you. But we have to remember that our energy is shifting to accommodate what's going to be happening on this planet, okay? So let's go. And this is the card that we got. Goddess Lakshmi has been coming up a fair bit, and the Druidic agate, or agate as I like to call it, her golden grace, her golden grace. Druidic agate, let me see, which another people call it tree agate as well. Let me see if I've got a piece to show you just close by. If I don't, I'll just keep going. Oh well, I don't have it close by right now. Okay, let's read about this one. Let me let you have a look at the picture really nicely. Number 38, which is number 11, which is number 2. Okay. So as we are focusing on moving forward, we have to also be honest with ourselves. And this was one thing that I honestly had to tell you, was that, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm just, although I'm awesome, I feel like I'm just left aside or behind or whatever, and I'm not allowing that feeling to be there anymore, because that sends me into overdrive, right? It sends me into, I've got to do more. I do enough. You all need to start coming forward now and helping in this energy of this planet. I can't even tell you what's coming and how it's going to be needed, and you are not going to be prepared for what has happened to these people, to say the least. So please consider joining this supportive tribe, you know, this group of connected people that are trying to lead with light. The healing has been incredible. The stories I'm hearing are amazing, and people that they are helping now, because they have the confidence to do so, are raving about the differences in their house, even with their partners who weren't even participating. The whole energy changes. Anyway, let's go. Goddess Lakshmi, we bring you the empowerment of her golden grace. Divine Mother Lakshmi, who brings blessings of enlightenment and prosperity, beauty and good fortune, smiles upon you now. Open your mind to the reality of divine generosity without limit. Open your heart to feel worthy of her love. When you allow her to grant you bounty, to bless you with her golden grace, she is empowered to shine her divine beauty in the world, to heal, uplift, inspire, and enchant the souls in need. The generous golden grace of the divine feminine has its own way of accomplishing its purpose to uplift, heal, and inspire the hearts of humanity. Where there is fear, which prevents the soul from being open and allowing life to happen, the Divine Mother may respond by wrenching whatever is obstructing the flow of love out of the way. If her fierce intervention is needed to ensure freedom for the soul, then this is what she expresses. Sometimes the harder path is what will truly free a soul from needing a repeat pattern. Sometimes, however, what the harder path does not accomplish for the soul is not particularly helpful. If a soul would become more enslaved in fear at the prospect of her fierceness, or could benefit as much or more from a softer intervention, then the Universal Mother will employ a gentle method. The softer touch of the Universal Mother is the warming glow of her golden grace. This grace is powerful It can evoke reaction to sometimes gratitude and wonder, but sometimes giving rise to issues about receiving, self-worth, and even fear of prosperity. See? If you've come far enough on the spiritual path, you will know that love, even in its most gentle expression, will trigger the release of pain. The mind may desire the abundance, love, beauty, and prosperity of the divine goddess Lakshmi, and yet upon being offered the very thing that is desired, it can retreat in fear, doubt, and feelings of unworthiness. There is kindness in her golden grace. She offers what the soul can receive. Love stimulates growth and healing, but always with compassion. If your mind and heart have been used to tougher love, the unexpected pleasure of her golden grace may give rise to an almost overwhelming sense of gratitude. You may even question whether or not it's too much. After a long period of struggle, learning to feel safe in a more effortless and gentle flow can take some time. Don't let fear convince you that if you receive, another must go without. In the golden grace of the Universal Mother, there's only abundance for all, according to what serves love and what the soul can receive. Too much is too much. Yet if you allow her, the Golden Mother will help you open in trust to receive more from her without condition. If you're feeling as though there are limits in your life that you would like to transcend, perhaps in particular any limits you feel regarding abundance, prosperity, and good fortune, and spiritual enlightenment, then you'll be open to the message the oracle gives you now. The Golden Mother includes you in her plan to spread the bounty of life throughout the world. And as you receive from her, you will be empowered to share her vibrant grace with others. Open your heart to her golden smiling face and allow love's abundance to fill your world. If in your heart you've felt there are better times ahead, even though you may not have a particular reason for it other than a feeling in your heart, this brings you confirmation. Even if you are yet to realize the touch of her golden grace in your life, you will. The rising sun of her golden beauty shine upon you, ushering in a time of love, prosperity, and peace. So we're going to call upon the angel of dendritic agate and Goddess Lakshmi, who love us unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing empowerment of the golden grace. I open my heart, my mind, and my soul to the generosity of your grace. I allow your gentle divine glow to flow unimpeded through me, opening me to receive and become a channel for your love to enter the world. Through unconditional love and my own free will, so be it. And I choose of my own free will, through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being, to release guilt, shame, fear, or doubt about receiving. I release the fear that would have me hold in rather than open up. I choose to gently soften and release any experiences and related belief systems based on not deserving and being unworthy to receive. May all beings be blessed by the divine to become able to receive all they need to be happy and free. Through divine empowerment and unconditional love, so be it. May divine love bring the unlimited flow of golden grace into the world. According to unconditional love and in service to the divine feminine wisdom evolving through humanity at this time, I am filled by the endless golden grace of Lakshmi as she shines her love and generosity through me into the world. And so be it. Isn't that absolutely perfect for what we need right now? Lakshmi, if you've noticed in my short, I had Lakshmi come up the other day, connecting us with luck, prosperity, abundance, and showering us with gifts knowledge, wisdom, support, creative energy, listening to music, staying in your happy place, not getting distracted by everyone's drama, and speaking your truth openly, which was exactly how I started this reading today. It's hard for me to have to say, hey, what are you guys doing? Where is everybody? What's been happening? And it's hard for me to then say it's actually not me, because I'm pushing forward everything I can. Because part of us, in all of our energy, we all want to be liked, loved, and accepted. I don't think there's anyone out there, unless you're a really dark soul, that wants to be hated. I don't think there's anyone that wants people to think badly of them. So it's very hard not to say, but it's been to my own detriment not being able to say, you know, guys, I need you and you actually need me. Okay? You actually need me to help you. There is nothing like what I'm teaching anywhere. It's unique. And it's being recognized by people halfway around the globe who are teaching and doing, working as a in hospitals, saying, this is not what I expected to be. I did not think that this is where I wanted medicine to be. I actually know 3 different doctors now that want to know what I'm doing. Isn't that amazing? I'm willing to teach you all, to help you to get there and for you to be a part of it. I'm willing to work with you on payments, whatever it takes, but you will not be sorry. You will not be sorry. Lakshmi is actually blessing us right now. We have to be open to receiving it, okay, as we move forward. This is pretty powerful stuff. And I'm just going to allow. And if you're feeling cranky this week, don't worry. There's an Aries moon that we just had. That's going to make everybody cranky. There's things happening overseas. There's things falling apart everywhere. We've got inflation going through the roof, okay? These are all indications of the cockroach kicking its legs, or its final trying to make a stand on this planet. It's just not happening. And we're going to have a look at the Nostradamus cards today, because that's what this reading is all about. And we will get a deeper message, okay? Okay. So, on another note, well, you know, we had all the puppies and the parents of the puppies, Pilot and BB. Pilot just got neutered on Tuesday. And BB's going to be neutered or spayed on the 25th. And then we have our little baby one getting, our baby Peggy Sue will get neutered on, 2 months from now. She has to be 6 months old, which is fine. So yeah, it's been a little bit of Suki behavior because Pilot's needy at the best of times. So now he's really needy. And he was concerned because BB, his girlfriend, I guess you can call it, she had her evaluation with the vet today. And by the way, perfect. We got perfect A+ from the vet about how they look and everything. But Pilot was really concerned about her going, because he's like, well, when I went, I came back and I was sore. Didn't know where I was. It's all in the back end. So when she came home, he's like sniffing her and he's like, I'm sure she's had this same surgery. Well, it's not till next week, buddy. Very cute. Yeah, so positive vibes being sent out to you all, of course. Life change is coming. We cannot be in panic right now. This is the big test of your spiritual self. But at the same time, you've got to remember, you're going to be exhausted, okay? You're going to be tired. You're going to be, because people are thinking about you. People are pulling on you. People want you to be scared. They want you to react. They want you to get into arguments. Just don't do it. I've been channeling every single day, and my messages that I'm receiving are very positive. So, of course, there are no negative messages on this channel. So I do my best. But let's have a look at what Nostradamus predicts. If you haven't seen these cards before, they're not for everybody. But we will see. How we do this is pretty interesting. Okay. And I'm just going to just clear out these. Sometimes I like to just grab it in bits. So we'll have our Halloween stuff coming up the 30th. It'll be like a blue elf of some kind. And Bobby's going to be some kind of wizard. So I don't know what he is. He's got like this outfit thing he's going to do. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to be blue. I've got blue hair and bits and pieces. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm just doing it for the makeup. Okay. And the fun. Might even do a spin the wheel. Don't know yet. I have lots of stock that needs to go. So 25% off all crystals. All right, let's go Nostradamus. Now, I am asking what is coming up between now and the beginning of November, okay? Now and the beginning of November. Now and the beginning of November, tell us true. Now and the beginning of November. All right, get them out. Now and the beginning of November. Yep, I saw you pop out. Okay, and we'll get some clarifiers as needed. Okay, so the first one is the Three of Worlds. It looks like there's the angel here. We have some blessings going on, it looks like to me. And we see through these different shapes. Okay, we're going to, because these are specific quatrains from Nostradamus himself, okay, I'm not going to, it's not about me figuring out all of the for you. These are specific. So let's just do it this way for a minute. Okay, so we can see each card that we're focusing on, and I'll come down onto it. There we go. Ask yourself what you're feeling. Okay, it is the Three of Worlds. Look. Remember that a lot of things happen behind the scenes as well. We're not going to see everything with our open eyes. Okay, we just have time. Okay, Three of Spheres. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oops. Just a second, everyone. Okay. All right, let's do this one. Here we go. This is the quatrain. The quatrain is from number 219. It says, the newcomers from an undefended place will dwell in a previously uninhabited land. The newcomers from an undefended place will dwell in a previously uninhabited land. This is the Three of, this is actually good luck. This is blessings here. So here we see an angel blessing the papal figure and imbuing him not only with holiness, but also with power and grace. This is a perfect illustration of the way the Pope is blessed at the start of his period of office in the papacy. Whoops. from which point he expected to perform his task as the earthly representative of heavenly power. That not every pope succeeded in doing this fueled the struggles of Reformation. So here, the image suggests the receipt of great spiritual strength and a deepening of inner awareness, which applies to every individual, just as to the holder of the keys of St. Peter. So this is a card of generous employment. Have a look at that. You may be hired to do all kinds of work and find that you gain admiration for the way in which you achieve your aims. You work well with others and your reputation grows. The spiritual aspect of the card suggests a deepening of inner awareness or coming into greater alignment with the spiritual powers that support you. But in all such matters, there is a shadow side. Okay, now this card did not come out reversed, so we're not going to apply any shadow aspects to this. But what it talks about is power, importance, distinction, celebrity, and success beginning to develop. And this is coming from a time of laziness, extravagance, wastefulness, and obscurity. That we're moving into the success beginning to develop right here. So the newcomers from an undefended place will dwell in a previously uninhabited land. Remember, this message is for the world. This is connected with the world. This is going to be between now and the beginning of November. Okay. The second card, is the Seven of Sons. The Seven of Sons. Okay. Seven of Sons. This is an interesting one. Quatrain 682. Beaten by 7 bishops with heavy vine sticks by those who will take over authority. Beaten by 7 bishops with heavy vine sticks by those who take over authority. Not surprisingly, since this card is ruled by Mars, there is a strong element of battle in the background. Living in a time when kingdoms rose and fell constantly in Europe became the extended battlefield of the 30 Years' War. Nostradamus includes many images of warfare in the Lost Book. The stark simplicity of the 7 mounds, which are the central image of the card, suggest that they await conquest, but there is no one powerful enough to accomplish the feat. So only the influence of Mars offers the necessary strength to accomplish the task. So, the meaning of this card are all about successful outcome of a prolonged struggle. Perhaps what's been going on in Europe, right? You have ascended the tower, you've scaled the mountain or climbed the hill, and there at the top you look around and all you see is yours to command. Meetings, discussion, and negotiation are all important aspects of the way you have, the route you've taken, and equally of the route you will take in the future. The pendulum has swung high, and you should make the most of the opportunity to take stock, measure the extent of your ambition, and begin to set in motion all that is necessary to reach your goals. So this is talking about meetings, okay, discussions, success, advantage over others, negotiation, and profit. And it's come from a time of embarrassment, anxiety, and doubt. Interesting. So it's definitely talking about, the struggles that we've had, but the success here continues to be said to us, that there's going to be success, like no matter what the outward appearance appears to be, that we are going to see some things reach a pinnacle, like get worse than get better. Again, we're seeing that already. When you have a weakness in leadership, and when people have secrets that they don't want the world to know about, and they're afraid of those secrets being exposed, no matter where you live in, it's going to get ugly. It gets revealed anyway, because we are due to have this big revelation and a change in the way that we live our lives, and finally feeling like we can breathe a sigh of relief because of all the stresses they've already put us through. And now they continually put us through them. And, with the connections with other people that I know, the decisions that the different companies are making, and, different hospitals are making, and, all of these things are not in our benefit. And those things are starting to come forward as well. It has been an absolute struggle for all of us. We have all been touched by things. We have all gone through immense loss. Okay? All of us. This is something that has affected me personally time and again, because I know people who lose people as well. And I know the people that they've lost also. And it's like on and on and on, not to mention my own father, my own mother-in-law, and my children getting unwell, etc. I can't do anything about it. So these things have got to end. And finally, you have these vaccination companies that are standing up and saying, yeah, we knew it wasn't going to stop you from getting COVID. Well, why the hell didn't anyone say that before? Oh, that's right, because we were considered loony. So, yes, there will be fireworks. It's going to get worse, but it's going to be understood at the same time why things have been happening. And we'll make it through together. There's no other way but to make it through together. Okay, so we'll keep on going. Wow, this is the next card. I don't know whether we've seen this one. 3 of Sons here. Have we seen this one? Maybe we have. Okay. Quatrain 428. When Venus is covered by the sun, then beneath its splendor will it be hidden. When Venus is covered by the sun, then beneath its splendor will it be hidden. What's it? I don't know. Let's work it out. The element that matches this suit is fire, and in this card, where twin suns rule, there's a great deal of it. The alchemical sun soul represents the pinnacle of achievement in the completion of the great work. As such, it can be seen as an indicate the most powerful energy present in any undertaking. So here too, we may think of the importance of the shift from a terrestrial-centered universe to a heliocentric one, which began during Nostradamus' lifetime with the work of Tycho Brahe and was continued by Galileo. And we should also remember the persistent belief running through alchemy and hermetic sciences of a second black sun, which represents the inner spiritual star within us that strengthens all philosophical and intellectual pursuits. So, doubly potent because it's ruled by the sun, the 3 of Sons represents action, movement into a new dimension of activity, a voyage of discovery into fresh waters. In any enterprise, look for those who will support you, who share your vision, and who will cooperate with you at every level. Be bold and courageous in your activities, and if you're involved in trade, expect your enterprise to move towards success. Okay? This is enterprise, this is trade. activity, boldness, courage, intellectual power, voyages of discovery, and cooperation. Huge. Huge. Okay, so we are moving into a new dimension. Absolutely. And this dimension is discovery into fresh waters, because we don't know what it's like not to have the tyranny in our lives. We don't know what it's like not to have someone lying to us all of the time. We don't know what it's like not to have to struggle day by day by day. We don't know what that's like to live in a life where all of the evil of this world have been destroyed. We've never lived in a world where it hasn't, not on this planet anyway. We haven't lived where things were actually properly peaceful. We will be rebuilding the world into what we want it to be, but we will be using our telepathical power and our manifestation powers and our spiritual senses that will guide us towards cooperation and connection and rebirth on this planet. Now, you know, we don't know what this all entitled. I don't think I'm supposed to know every single thing about the future, because I won't learn anything and neither will you. We are not supposed to know every little thing that's happening right now, and we shouldn't be focusing on, well, what's going to take, because then we're just living in this fearful moment. I'm focused on everyone getting it, everyone waking up, everyone understanding what their mission is and doing it one day at a time, bit by bit by bit, and not arguing every little thing and, oh no, it's not that, it's this, oh no, it's not, I don't want to, you know, I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm standing firm in exactly what I need to do. And it feels good to be standing firm in that. Right? And I will help you every step of the way to stand firm in your ground. And then they stand firm and they stand firm. All the people that you connect with. And we're all learning how to do this so that there's nothing that comes up in your life that you ever can't deal with. Nothing. You have an answer for it. You're ready. Okay? And we are a bunch of warriors. And we really need to start acting like it as well. So, success is assured. Okay? Understand that. That we will have a bit of a bumpy ride, but we will understand why things have had to be the way that they are. And now we have the Ace of Cup, or the Ace of World, come up. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. We're going to be so happy after it all dies down. This is amazing. Okay. All right. The quatrain is 127. It says, not far from there, a treasure is hidden, which for many centuries has been sequestered. What is this treasure? What are these keys crossing? What is this book opening? What is this medicine bottle or science bottle, right? Oh, what's that called? Science, stars, freedom. Okay. The suit of spheres is associated with another of the cardinal virtues that appears in the major arcana. The virtue is prudence, which may be interpreted to mean not only caution but also contemplation, careful consideration and exchange of both ideas and money. This is also known as the coins or pentacles in so this is the Ace of Pentacles. So the term pentacle was imported only in the 19th century. The older form shows a coin which is believed to date back to the early times. Here we see the great symbols of the church, the household of God, together with the book of wisdom, and the vessel containing the holy oil with which Christians are baptized and monarchs are blessed. Above rises the sun in its glory. Together these images represent the keys to wholeness and success, the wisdom of life, and the blessings of house and home. So positive is the influence of this card that it is said to reduce the negative impact of less favored cards around it. We've had nothing but positivity here. It suggests great success and accomplishments, prosperity and good fortune. There may be a tendency to rest on your laurels, but the luck that attaches itself to you offers a way out on a road of your own choosing. So this is contentment, happiness, prosperity, enchantment, accomplishments, and good fortune. And this is connected also with the metal lead. And lead is associated with the planet Saturn. In alchemy, it represents the beginning of the state of blackness when matter is in the state of putrefaction and dissolution. So in tarot, this is the point at which the question is sifted for deeper meanings and unnecessary distractions. So the court is made up of an astrologer, an astronomer, an alchemist, an apprentice who may choose to follow any of these paths. So the astrological associations that go with this suit, okay, the suit of pentacles, devolve from Nostradamus to include the plan of the cosmos devised by Johannes Kepler, 1571 to 1630. Though not a contemporary of the seer, Kepler, which followed Galileo and Copernicus, was the first to create a plan of the cosmos that is recognizable in our own time. So he placed the sun at the center and he ordered the planets in orbit around it. He also recognized the nature of the wandering comets that pass through our solar system. And we have chosen to acknowledge the importance of the wanderers here. Finally, because in Nostradamus' lifetime, knowledge of the two furthest planets, Uranus and Pluto, were non-existent. There's Kepler's master plan of the cosmos in the form of the primum mobile. Okay? A new start. An abundant start at that, and it continues to tell you the same. Okay, let's keep going. Then we have, oh my God, look at this card. See the flames burning? Okay, we have to notice this symbology here. Okay, so this is the magician, the maggots. Okay. Okay. All right. This is talking about skill, willpower, diplomacy, cleverness, trickery, subtlety, mind over matter, and certainty. So, listen to this one. The magician is both clever and subtle and has been interpreted in this light as everything from a magus to a mountebank, a wise and clever man to a cunning trickster. The oldest form of this archetype is the juggler, or the joker in the classic playing cards, and is generally depicted as a man dressed in a harlequin costume, standing at a set table and performing the infamous 3-cup trick, in which a pebble is supposedly hidden under one of the cups, which are then moved around quickly, and a member of the audience is asked which cup the pebble is under. So usually the pebble is found easily enough the first or second time, but on the attempt it has been palmed, so that the unlucky victim loses everything. So elsewhere, he's literally juggling, displaying the skill necessary to keep the ball in the air. However, there's another side to this figure, which later resulted in his name being changed from juggler to magus or magician. His subtlety, his ability to bamboozle the audience while actually performing genuine magic. Stage magicians have, of course, always traded on the skill, but the literature of the world is full of wizards with the ability to manipulate the elements and to perform feats that are not tricks. From Merlin to Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings or Dumbledore in Harry Potter books, magicians and wizards show us that we can have power over the world in which we live. In the Lost Book, the magician is represented by a strange, long-necked creature with the head of a man wearing a fool's cap, right? In this instance, he's changed his own form, okay? This card is often associated with the ego, the desire, and ability to uncover the creativity of others. But in the context of the Lost Tarot and the background of the archetype of the magician, it has more to do with being able to penetrate the outer shell of reality and to delve deeply into the heart of the matter. However, Nostradamus arrived at his visions. He possessed the ability to see more deeply into the flow of time. Here then, the card has more to do with viewing the circumstances of a problem and seeing beyond them, of passing from a state of uncertainty to its opposite. The magician causes things to happen. He changes his destiny and reverses circumstances by engaging with them. He may disguise himself in another form, but when revealed, he is a powerful and effective figure who, in readings, represents the innate strength of the reader to cause changes to occur at the subtlest levels of being. So this comes from the quatrain 326. Kings and princes will raise up images, auguries rising on a flood of interpretation. Kings and princes will raise up images, auguries rising on a flood of interpretation. So all kinds of strange beliefs and skills manifest, possibly the end of the 20th century, where the prophetic reference of this particular card comes in, when belief in alternative spirituality was at its height. So we have the magician. Someone is going to show us their true form, whether they like it or not. And whether they wanted to or not, it will be visible for all to see. And although this person may have tried to maintain a particular cover or be a certain way, the world is still going to see them for exactly who they are. And it makes a big difference in our life. We go through a time of choosing at the crossroads here, like what are we going to do? And I've been saying this for months, that when it all boils down to it, we will have decisions to make. We really will have decisions to make. That will be something that is going to last for a long, long time. Okay, but we are supported. And now we have the 8 here of the Suns as the last card from now until the end of October, going into November. Look at this. We now have announcements and we have support. We have things moving quickly. So let's see what goes on. And this is after this is revealed. Okay, we're going to find out a little bit more in a moment. But the 8 of Suns here. Are you ready? It keeps telling us this one as well. The quatrain is 163. Peace will spread over the peopled earth. There will be travel by sky, earth, sea, and wave. Given the presence of Mercury, winged messenger of the gods. The couplet we chose for this card is Nostradamus' wonderful prediction that in a time of peace, people will travel through the air. There are several such references in the centuries, suggesting that the seer had a glimpse of the future in which aircraft plied the skies, just as huge ships sailed the oceans and motorized vehicles sped across the earth. So the imagery shows a winged angel with a trumpet, with which he will announce these great events yet to be. So, after the struggle comes the respite, the satisfaction of a job well done, time to rest and reflect. Despite its mercurial associations, this card has always had a sense of going to the countryside for refreshment. Some commentators suggest this is a card of falling in love, and this works well with the idea of taking time out to rest and review the direction of your life. At such times, we have such a chance to notice the person who's special to us. Events may move quickly, and the completion of contracts is implied, perhaps in the purchase of a house, some people. So this is appreciation, completion, luck, rapid developments, agricultural events, recreation, festivities, and progress. Now, there is nothing in here that is talking about disaster, nuclear bombs, World War III, right? Get that out of your head. There is no way in hell that nuclear activity is going to be allowed by by the angels, of course. We've already stopped multiple times anything like that from happening. And beings from our other planets here. This is not the only planet that has beings on it, as we know. Not to mention it's just not going to occur. However, I do feel like there will be I don't even want to say, but I feel like Central America, there may be some kind of an explosion here, and also some kind of false thing that happens as well. It's not even really happening. And also that it will increase a little bit in Europe, right? But there's a reason behind everything that's going on. But at the same time, we're getting news, we're getting information. Make sure that you just understand too that if there are communication that goes out, meaning that there is no internet or your phones don't work or whatever, I don't feel like it's going to be a huge, massive 10-day process. It may only be about 3 to 5 days. Anyway, just make sure you're prepared in case that happens, because it could, right, for safety reasons. Okay. But what we're seeing here is peace prevailing. We're going to be happy. Evidence is coming in. The magician is seen for who he really is, and you know we're in our prosperity phase, right? We're starting now. Just want to really quickly do something. So 6. All right, so we also have a quintessential card of the number 5, which is the Hierophant. Okay. So the Hierophant, or our spiritual practices, makes sense to us as well. And a release of the dogma and the stress. Okay, going into the choices and decisions of the 6. Okay. So just to sum up the reading, let's get another message for everyone, just to finish it off. And we have the 5 here. Again, I just said 5 was the quintessential card, meaning of, like, when you add up all of the cards and you break it down numerology, it ended up being a 5. We like to take the major arcana as the quintessential cards. However, 5 has come up anyway. So we're going to read what this is. That even when the truth is revealed, and even when the overturning happens, and you know the situation becomes a different sort of a feeling on the planet, there's still going to be people that are pissed off and they don't like it and they don't want it and whatever. We can't listen to that. Okay, we can't. It's like we're going to get to this point where we can't keep lifting people up all the time. We have to just be the way. And if people don't want to gravitate to that, then that's part of their life journey as well, right? Okay, so the 5 of spheres. The sublime form, invisible in the naked eye, will be veiled by obsessive thoughts. So, this card has a number of associations that have been present since the earliest times. The imagery often revolves around people who are outcast and starving, and several tarot cards show them passing the wall of a church, which, though brightly lit from within, a door by which to gain entrance. Some experts have suggested this dates back to the Middle Ages, when the church was supposed to take in those who were homeless and poor, but often turned them away. Right? It still happens. In tarot terms, this is reflected in the abrupt changes that may bring the wealthy to a state of penury or turn lovers into enemies. The Lost Book reflects this by showing a group of people turning upon each other, beset by circumstances or fates, while the dove of peace is still flying overhead. These people don't even know that it's over. These people don't even know that peace has happened. They still just want to bitch and argue about stupid things that don't make any sense anyway, and that no one's ever going to be able to get to the bottom of. No one's ever going to be able to speak perfectly enough for some people, or to live perfectly enough, or to believe in the same things. And it's not supposed to be that way, you know. However, we should have respect, a common and mutual respect for everyone's beliefs, what they want to live like, who they want to marry, where they want to live, and how they conduct their business, as long as it's not affecting anybody or hurting anybody, right? That can be a general, to me, I don't give a crap what anyone does in their life, in their bedroom, at home or whatever, but there are certain places for certain things. Otherwise, what are we going to do? Start walking down the street naked? Oh, well, I'm allowed to because I'm identifying as a naked person. Like, what the hell? Where's decency? So no matter what we do, okay, there's going to be someone that doesn't like it. And I feel with this argument kind of card here, it doesn't matter how good things become, there's still going to be people fighting about what they wanted to have happen, right? And so originally the Suit of Pentacles, which is this sphere here, is associated with money or lack of it, right? And more recent tarot masters associate the card with loss and, you know, the earliest account suggests it was in effort, okay, what you're doing to survive life. And it was a failure to achieve those things which resulted in disaster, right? So it didn't necessarily refer to failure on the whole, but how you felt about your success. How do you feel about it? So this is talking about stern determination. It's talking about honesty. It's talking about purity. It's asking you not to be in a state of lacking self-love, to love yourself, right? To understand you don't need to strive. You need to think of things in a different way and it'll become easier, right? So no matter what we have, like we have freedom, okay, we have peace, we have all this joy coming in, there's still that but, you know, kind of energy. And that's okay. People are allowed to feel that way. We just can't let it affect us. Okay, so a final message for us all. And this was also in my channeling that, you know, there's going to be some chaos when everything becomes true. When we start to see the truth, okay, people are just going to not be able to handle it because they haven't listened for so long. They just got their head, I don't know where their head is. It's obviously not on their shoulders properly. I don't know. But they'll have to quickly get used to it or, you know, get left behind in that energy and stay in that energy of turmoil. Okay, so what's our final result? We have the postulant. The postulant. I don't think we've ever seen this card come up. It is a number 11, which makes no sense in the tarot, but we will see. The postulant of stars. I turned right to it. Okay, a holiness too quiet and beguiling, together with a foretelling tongue. So this is quatrain 648. A holiness too quiet and beguiling, together with a foretelling tongue. The postulant is the page of stars. No historical figure represents him. Rather, the archetype stands for all who seek to be priests, of any religion or faith. Here, he is represented by the humble figure of the Franciscan friar. As such, he desires to serve all he encounters as an eager advisor or stalwart companion. However, he's also a lightweight, a young person who's less able to handle discipline than his elders and who can become a wayward ally. Like all who stand forth as representatives or spokespersons for their deity, a postulant begins a long period of training and is at times challenged by this, to the point where he may become a renegade, turning away from the beliefs that once fed him. So this represents someone who's quick to offer advice or comment on a situation, not always with any real information. He will tend to rush in without thinking or advise you to do the same. In fact, it is the light brought by this star that you require. A light that pierces into the darkness and shows you what you need to see. But be careful lest the light shows too much. So this is talking about impulse, curiosity, an active youth, insight, vigilance, and agility. Wow. This is a young person who is less able to handle discipline than his elders and who can become a wayward ally. This is a person who is youthful, obviously, who is in the public eye in some way and is smart, but not using their brain. Do you get what I mean? Now, this person may prove to be important. Whoever this person is, it's generally a male in this particular sense, or it could be a masculine female. Doesn't really matter these days, does it? Who is going to be in the public eye for some failure of some kind. Maybe is indeed something that causes problems between the people for believing in this energy vibration. But whatever it is, the 5 comes up as our highlight between now and the end of the month, beginning of November, which definitely talks about spirituality, but more so religion as well and dogma that comes with it. Is there going to be more revealed by the churches? Because I could sit and tell you, I could probably do an 8-hour seminar right on the spot on religion and what's really been going on. There's so much to be told about this whole situation that, you know, you're going to have to be in a healed reality to hear it. And that is why when some of the truths come forward very quickly here now, people aren't going to be able to handle it. No way. They are not going to be able to. I'm telling you. You're just not going to be able to believe the evil and the depth of the evil going through the churches and going through the Amish and the Hutterites and the Mennonites and going through the Jews and going through all religion, all different types. And not only that, but all different types of government agencies and things. And it just goes on and on and on. There's a huge list, you know. It's going to be exposed, everybody. And the people who are in my Light Leaders Academy and you've already completed semester 1, you will be given this special training, and it will be very, very important that you attend, because it oh my God. Anyway, just so you know, there are going to be things that we cannot even fathom as being a reality that have been and are being. It is a reality, and it has been for a very long time, before all of this nonsense started even. And this is why it's taking so long to tear down every part of it, because you're not only dealing with people who are just evil anyway, okay? That's one thing that you can handle. But when the personality has been split multiple times into programmable and manipulated, brainwashed beings, you're dealing with someone that no longer has a typical personality, but has multiple that have all been controlled. Do you know what that's going to do when they don't have their handlers anymore and they don't have their controls? You know, they don't have their trigger words, or someone says their trigger word, doesn't even realize it's a trigger, and suddenly this person goes into a maniac. You don't think that this happens with some of these people that just start randomly shooting people? You don't think they've been triggered in some way, or brainwashed in some way, or manipulated in some way? You don't think it's a coincidence? Because I'm telling you, it's way bigger than you may have even thought of. And it's all coming down. I'm glad for that. It doesn't mean it's going to be an easy process, and it doesn't mean it's going to be easy for you to understand the process. And you just need to know that as we look at these cards for our connections, that these are very, very powerful. that we will be courageous and victorious in what we're fighting for, that there are going to be announcements, there are going to be changes that happen, there's going to be flips in November, there's going to be things that are going to be brought to light forcefully, and there are going to be people who are going to try to convince others that they are not who they're being told that they are. That they are really not the bad person when they really are. Okay, and this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about any belief system. You've just got to understand that this is infiltrated throughout history, throughout the world. I talked about it in the Destiny Code. I've got even more information now. So I am telling you, right, that there are people that are pretending to be somebody else. They are wearing masks. They are doing all things to pretend to keep this going. And you're starting to see the demise of it now. You're starting to see the meltdown. You're starting to see the computer starting to shut down in multiple people around the globe. You're starting to see the evil regime and when you put someone in a position of power that thrives on power, you see that happen. They become into narcissistic bullies, and we're seeing this and this over and over and over again. However, we have to rejoice in who we are, because we are the powerful ones that they're afraid of. We have all of the intelligence, we have all of the energy, we have all of the manifestation capabilities, we are connected to our divine being, our divine self, and we will not be tread upon. We will not be stepped on any further. We will not have our lives destroyed by these monsters, and they will be exposed for the corrupt and dirty people that they are. No matter where they are, there is just nowhere that they can hide now. It is all coming up to the top like an anthill. You know, when you step on the ants and they just come right up out of their hole, like angry as hell and like really trying to, but then they've exposed their position. Now we can squirt them, right? This is what's needed to happen, and it's working. It's happening, because the more crazy you see, the more you know they are agitated, they've lost. Okay, it's all coming down. Please hang in there and be very, very positive about your future and where you're going, and understand that this is what you need. You need the support now of your spiritual group, and you need to be taught in the right ways to deal with these situations as they come forward. And I am right here available for you. And by saying that I'm right here all the time, you need it, okay? You need me and my help right now, and the people that are in this group, and all of us as a collective need each other, okay? And away we go. We win. Simple as that. All right, everybody, let me know, okay? Let me know what you think, what you want to do. Until the next time, lots of love, and bye for now.